Hello everyone, I'm LAN ANH, a 36-year-old single mother raising two beautiful children. Not long ago, my life changed completely. After my marriage ended, I found myself starting over with nothing except my two kids. There were days when the weight of providing for them felt almost impossible. Sometimes I just wanted to escape the pressure and uncertainty. But I eventually realized something important. If I don't take the wheel of my own life, no one else will drive my children and me toward the future we dream of. So today, we're leaving the busy city behind and taking a road trip to Ninh Binh, one of Vietnam's most historic and breathtaking places, the ancient capital of the country. I'm not here to ask for wealth or success. I'm simply hoping for a little peace, a little courage, and the strength to keep moving forward as we begin this new chapter together. If you're watching from somewhere else in the world, welcome to our journey. I hope this video brings you a moment of peace and perhaps a glimpse into the beauty of Vietnam through the eyes of a mother learning to start over.
Quay đi. Quay gần bên trên này. Rõ rõ. Trời ơi. Đẹp quá hả? Mỹ vị nhân gian như thế này, việc đéo thì phải ở nhà đau khổ với thằng L đi đúng không? Kiếm tiền rồi chúng mình chơi.
Mẹ ơi, mẹ quay xe làm con rung cả cái tay.
Mày quay kiểu gì cho cảnh đẹp, người ta làm vlog, đây là quay cái cảnh này này.
Con biết rồi thì mẹ đừng có rung quá.
Đường nó từng chưa đầu một tí. Đường mà một
Mẹ đi.
đường
Mẹ quay xe
cua chứ.
bắt cua mất. Được chưa mẹ?
Our first stop is Khe C1ED1C Stone Field and the Golden Pagoda. Standing among these limestone mountains, formed over millions of years, I suddenly realized how small my own pain really is. These mountains didn't become this magnificent overnight. They were shaped by endless storms, scorching sun, and the slow passage of time. Maybe people are the same, and maybe women are too. Sometimes it takes heartbreak to discover just how strong we really are. Here, in the quiet peace of the Golden Pagoda, I'm not praying for someone from my past to regret their choices. I'm simply praying for something much more valuable, that my heart can become as calm and still as the lake beside me. That evening, the three of us stopped by a small local restaurant to try some of Ninh Binh most famous dishes. If you ever visit Ninh Binh, you have to try the mountain goat and crispy rice. It's a local classic. People here like to dip the crispy rice into the hot goat sauce while it's still steaming. The mountain goat is incredibly tender, naturally sweet, and full of flavor. As for my two little food critics, they absolutely loved the crispy rice. Every bite came with that satisfying crunch, and they just couldn't stop eating. After dinner, we took a slow walk through Hoa Lu Ancient Town. At night, this place feels magical. Colorful lanterns light up the streets, and a gentle breeze from the lake keeps everything cool and peaceful a world away from the busy city. Watching my two little ones laughing and running ahead of me, I suddenly felt my eyes welling up. For a long time, I kept blaming myself for not being able to give them the perfect family that so many people talk about. But standing there, I finally understood something. happiness isn't always about having a perfect life. Sometimes it's as simple as sharing a good meal, holding each other's hands, and walking together through a peaceful place like this. As the sun goes down and the lanterns begin to glow, Hoa Lu Ancient Town comes alive. The sound of traditional Vietnamese music blends with laughter, friendly conversations, and vendors calling out to visitors. The whole town feels lively, yet it still holds onto its simple, peaceful charm. One of the best things to do here is take a slow walk around Khe Coc Lan Lake, where the cool evening breeze makes everything feel even more relaxing. You can also hop on a small boat to see the ancient town beautifully reflected on the water at night. Stop by a cozy cafe or local restaurant, browse handmade souvenirs, or even try a few traditional Vietnamese folk games. If you're into photography, you'll find endless picture-perfect spots around every corner. And if you're traveling with family, it's the perfect place to unwind after spending a day exploring the ancient capital of Hoa Lu or the stunning landscapes of Trang An. Sometimes the best part of traveling isn't rushing from one attraction to another, it's simply slowing down and enjoying moments like these. The next morning at 7 a.m., after a warm breakfast to fuel up for the day, the three of us hit the road and headed straight to Trang An's scenic landscape complex. This is my favorite time to visit. The air is still cool, the sun is gentle, and the boat pier hasn't filled up with crowds yet. If you've ever been to Ninh Binh, chances are you've fallen in love with Trang An. It's often described as a place that feels almost too beautiful to be real, a peaceful paradise where dramatic limestone mountains, winding rivers, and ancient history all come together. Trang An is home to towering karst mountains, mysterious caves, crystal-clear waterways, and centuries-old cultural sites. Because of its incredible natural beauty and cultural significance, it has been recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. There are 3 different boat routes here. After debating for a while, I chose Route 3 first and plan to come back on Route 2 later. That way, we'd get to experience both the famous long cave system and some of the area's beautiful ancient temples. The moment our little wooden boat drifted away from the dock, everything seemed to slow down. The water was so clear that we could see the underwater plants gently swaying beneath us. Towering limestone cliffs surrounded us on every side, their reflections shimmering across the Emerald River. We floated quietly past dramatic rock formations, hidden caves, and peaceful bends in the river, taking in every moment. Every now and then, our boat slipped into a cave. Inside, it was cool and almost completely dark. The air felt refreshing, and delicate stalactites hung from the ceiling above our heads. Tiny drops of water fell gently into the boat. My 2 little ones were both excited and nervous at the same time. They held tightly onto my hand, staring up at the cave ceiling without blinking. Then came my favorite moment. As our boat slowly emerged from the darkness, the cave suddenly opened into a breathtaking landscape bathed in the soft morning sunlight. Mountains, rivers, and endless blue sky stretched out before us. I pulled my 2 children a little closer and quietly thought to myself, maybe life is a lot like this journey. Sometimes we have to pass through dark places that make us feel scared and uncertain. But if we keep moving forward, one gentle stroke at a time, eventually we'll reach the light waiting on the other side. To me, Trang An is one of nature's greatest gifts to Vietnam. Before we left, I reminded my kids not to throw anything into the river and to always respect places like this. Beautiful landscapes don't stay beautiful by accident, they survive because people choose to protect them. And I hope future generations will be able to experience this same peaceful journey, just as we did today.
Không, như kiểu là càng ngày càng hẹp. Kiểu đi sâu càng ngày càng hẹp ấy.
Biết xong không?
Ôi, càng hẹp này.
Cúi xuống nha. Tự tin đấy.
Đi thì phải. Sâu.
Cúi xuống nha. Ôi.
Đã rồi. Có một cái bàn tay đây.
Con ngồi thì sang bên này. Đấy, đúng rồi.
Em ơi, đứt cây đấy. Bên này. Lưng sang.
Đã sắp ra đến nơi rồi, sắp ra rồi.
À. Ôi.
Cúi xuống nha.
Mát quá. Ôi, mát quá. Em biết đâu rồi? Cái bèo. Cái bèo. Nhìn nó ha. Ôi. À, có đồ ăn cho cá để cho nó ăn không cá.
Ra đấy mát nhờ.
Ôi, hết mưa rồi. Lạnh nhờ. Lạnh rồi. Ôi, mát.
Ôi may quá, chiều nay đi đâu vậy?
May mát rồi. Ôi, sao đến lúc mà nhìn thấy đáy của nó luôn rồi. Mẹ ơi, xong đến lúc mà nhìn thấy cái đáy của nó rồi.
Tí rồi mát rồi.
To be honest, standing in a place as breathtaking as this brings up emotions I didn't expect. Just a few months ago, my own little world felt like it had completely fallen apart. I discovered that the man I once trusted with all my heart, the father of my 2 children, had betrayed our
Đẹp
family.
chưa?
There were so many nights when I cried myself to sleep, asking the same question over and over again. Asterisk why? Asterisk for a while I felt completely lost.
Cái đỏ là cái gì
I
đấy bà?
struggled with depression, and there were days when I couldn't see a way forward. But every time I looked at my two children, I knew giving up was never an option. They needed a mother who could keep going, even on the hardest days. That's one of the reasons this trip means so much to me. I didn't just come to Ninh Binh to admire its beautiful landscapes. I came here carrying all the hurt, the fear, and the broken pieces of my heart, hoping that somewhere between these peaceful rivers and ancient mountains, I might slowly find myself again. Maybe healing doesn't happen all at once. Maybe it begins with something as simple as taking one small step forward and believing that tomorrow can still be beautiful.
Con ơi. Ngồi im mình đi. Phúc ơi, con ngồi thì sang bên này đi. Ui, ui đẹp không này? Ui, đẹp chưa? Bằng đất như này thôi. Đây là chỉ có cái bàn thôi. Đúng rồi. Đây cũng là phòng ấy.
Trên này là cái bàn thờ.
Đúng rồi. Con vịt.
Con le le à?
Chào được hết. Con người phải trèo được thì con người.
Nhớ lẽ có một cái con ong nó nhảy vào tai con thế này.
After leaving the Trang and boat pier, all three of us were starving. So we stopped at a small local restaurant with a nostalgic ** Vietnamese subsidiary *** theme. The moment we walked in, it felt like stepping back in time. The old furniture, vintage decorations, and familiar atmosphere reminded me of stories from my parents' generation. We ordered 3 plates of fried rice. It was such a simple meal, but sometimes those are the ones you remember the most. The rice was perfectly cooked, golden, fluffy, and full of that smoky flavor from the hot wok. We finished it with bowls of light soup, and somehow all the tiredness from our morning boat trip simply melted away. Our final stop, and the place I had been looking forward to the most, was Hoa Lu ***, Vietnam's first ancient capital. More than 1,000 years ago. This was where **Din B1ED9 Lin *** united the country after defeating the 12 warlords, and founded the independent kingdom of D***1EA1 IC1ED3V I1EC7T, marking the beginning of a new chapter in Vietnamese history. Walking hand in hand with my children through these ancient stone paths, worn smooth by centuries of footsteps, I felt something I can't quite put into words. Being here made me think about the meaning of independence. A nation can only become strong when it is able to stand on its own. And maybe people are no different. As a woman rebuilding her life after heartbreak, I know that if I want to find real happiness again, I have to learn to stand on my own 2 feet. I can't build my future by depending on someone else. This ancient capital survived countless wars, sacrifices, and centuries of change before becoming the peaceful place we see today. Looking up at the limestone mountains that once protected this capital, I quietly made a promise to myself. I want to become that kind of strength for my children. A place where they always feel safe. We've just made it through one of the biggest storms in our lives. The pain was real, the heartbreak was real. But somehow, on the other side of it all, we found something even more precious, the freedom to begin again. And the peace that comes from knowing we're strong enough to keep moving forward together.
Ngày xưa không có cổng mang thuyền ra nổi được. Giờ Lý Tổ có đặt đây ra Hà Nội, Lý Tổ sẽ làm cái chùa Một nằm trên chùa Ỗ. Nên là tiền thân của chùa Một nằm đây cơ. Nó nằm nhất chủ thiên, cái chất đá còn là 300 triệu năm. Còn cái cột hơn 1.000 năm. Đấy, cái bằng đá bằng gỗ Hà Nội. Đây gọi là tiền thân của chùa Một Hà Nội. Đấy. Nó là công nhận bảo vật quốc gia năm 2015. Đấy. Cái bằng đá nguyên khối. Đấy. Hình bác giác tắm mà. Ngày xưa là mua đây cho khắc kinh Phật ở đây, nhưng mà cái cột này thực tế là ngày xưa nó nằm ngoài trời đó. Nó ngoài trời mưa, nước chảy đá mòn, thì nó mòn hết chữ rồi đấy. Đây ngoài đây vẫn còn chữ này. Chữ nho này. Mờ. Đấy. Chữ
Vâng, đúng rồi.
Tất cả má là chữ hết, nhưng mà ngày xưa nó nằm ngoài trời. Mưa, nước chảy đá mòn hết chữ. Năm 2010 nhà nước mới làm cái máy này để bảo tồn cái cột này. Đấy, cho nên là cột này là một cột đầu tiên của chế độ phong kiến. Đấy.
Canh chưa hôm qua người ta lên một tí nào đâu mà mình phải lên không lên một tí nào.
Đã phải lòng Ninh Bình chưa?
Before we end today's journey, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Every like, every subscription, and every kind comment feels like a warm hug for the 3 of us as we begin this new chapter in our lives. If our story has touched you in any way, I'd love for you to join our little family by subscribing to the channel. Together, I hope we can share a little more kindness, a little more hope.
Biết rồi thì mẹ đừng có
and remind
quá.
other women who are starting over that they are stronger than they think. Thank you so much for being here, for spending part of your day with us, and for supporting our journey.
Cua chứ.
Take care, and I'll see you in next week's
Được chưa
video.
mẹ?